Welcome back to Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged. We are your host and favorite realtors, Naya
and Lauren.
And we are so glad that you've joined us for another week. We first want to say thank you so much to all of our new followers and subscribers. Thank you for taking this journey with us. Now remember, we are sharing stories that have been submitted by real estate professionals and others in the real estate industry from all over. So we're not going to share names or locations, but we are going to share insights and tips that you can learn from these stories and experiences that they've had. So today's story is called Heated.
All right, y'all. So 2 real estate agents were working on a deal to represent the buyers and sellers of a high-end luxury property in an upscale neighborhood. The property had been on the market for a while, and the sellers were eager to make a deal. Both agents had strong personalities and were known for their competitive nature. They decided to meet at the property with their clients to negotiate the terms and hopefully finalize the deal. As they gathered in the elegant living room of the property, the conversation started smoothly as they discussed price, timelines, and other important details. However, it soon became apparent that the agents had different opinions on the value of the property, and their competitive spirits got the better of them. What began as a calm negotiation quickly escalated into a heated argument. One realtor insisted that the property was overpriced and needed to come down significantly in price, while the other was equally adamant that the property's value was justified and refused to budge. The 2 agents began to speak over each other, their voices growing louder and more intense. As the argument reached its peak, one of the clients, who was an experienced mediator in their professional life, stepped in to try to diffuse the situation. The mediator client proposed a compromise that would allow both parties, buyer and seller, to save face. Both realtors at this point, both red-faced and slightly embarrassed by their outburst, realized that this was the best course of action. They reluctantly agreed to the terms of the deal, which included a price reduction that satisfied the buyer, while also allowing the seller to maintain some pride in their property's value. The negotiation ended with a handshake, but the 2 agents couldn't help but feel awkward and embarrassed by their heated exchange. It served as a valuable lesson in the importance of maintaining professionalism and composure, even in the face of strong opinions and competitive spirit during real estate negotiations. We've been there with the negotiations.
Well, yeah, negotiating.
Yeah.
But not like, I am not happy about this. I'm not. There is no way.
I was dying when I read this.
I know. 'Cause I'm like, what do you mean? Like, there's no way you're doing all that in front of your clients. That's so unprofessional.
In a luxury why do y'all keep doing stuff in luxury listings? Luxury, if you're trying to figure out what luxury in the DMV, I think is $1 million or more, or like 800,000 or more. But what? Why are y'all arguing in front of the client?
In front of the clients is like where it got me. Like, obviously you have to negotiate, both sides need to be heard, and the negotiations happen. The realtors are the ones doing the negotiating, but why are y'all doing that in front of your clients?
Why are your clients there?
Why are the clients there?
Why are they there? That's the part I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why they are there in the first place. Now, usually realtor, they are the ones doing the negotiations without the clients present. So if Naya's working with the seller, I'm working with the buyer, I will speak to my buyer about what, we should do with an offer. Naya will speak to her seller, and then Naya and I will then communicate between each other.
Right.
So if it does get heated, then but maybe it was good that the mediator was there. It happened to be a client.
And then now how does that your client who happens to professionally be a mediator had to step in? Like,
that means y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is just so unprofessional. And I know they were embarrassed.
They had
like you had to be embarrassed. Your client had to step in and negotiate, and you're supposed to be negotiating.
For them. And he had to be the one to be like, you know what, let me step in and do this. Thank goodness they do this in real life.
Gosh.
One of my neighbors is the real life mediator, like in real life.
Really?
Yeah. And I could totally see, he's very calm demeanor. I could see him doing that. 100%. I could see him doing like, oh, let me, I could see him. Yep. I could see him doing that.
Wow.
And to always remain professional, y'all. And this was not as professional.
Not quite as professional as we would like y'all to be.
And it seems like everyone won, and that's what we want. We want all parties to win. Like, we're not trying to get over. Buyers not trying to get over. Sellers not trying to get over on anyone. And it looks like, that happened, but we want y'all to win. I don't think the buyers were trying to take advantage of the sellers or vice versa. I just feel like
it sounds like, they were moving along fine, discussing price, timelines, other important details. But it really sounds like the one realtor initially was insisting that the property was overpriced and needed to come down. And it almost feels like, based on the way the story is shared, that like the realtor is the one who had more of the issue.
Yes.
And you have to yes, you advocate for your clients like when something is not right, but like you also have to know that that's what your client also was preferring or wanting you to do in that situation. Right. Like, did he disattach from, it almost seems like he disattached from like what the client may have wanted or felt to like press home on this price issue. If the client might have been okay with it and maybe, felt like they got what they wanted in other parts of the deal.
Right.
So I don't know. This
and then the agent's like, no, we're going to get more.
It seemed like the way it shared sounds like he was like just really pressing it. Wow.
And we're going to get you as much from the deal as possible. And the buyer probably wasn't even tripping. It was like, yeah, it's worth it. This is how much, it is. It didn't seem like they were upset, either buyer or seller.
Yeah.
Everyone was just eager to make the deal. And it says the sellers were eager to make a deal. They wanted to sell the house. So it's kind of like, hey, represent your clients in the best way. And that even if that means taking your personal perspective out of it, like you said, and doing what's best for them. Because let me tell y'all something, we can get very personal. Like this can, like our clients, they're personal to us. They're close to us, and we feel a responsibility for them. And sometimes we have to remember it's not about us, it's about them. And we tend to care sometimes. I don't say too much, because sometimes you can never care too much, but we got to take ourselves out of it and be like, this is not our house. We are still doing, our fiduciary, responsibility for our clients. So we just have to make sure that we're keeping them happy, and we got to take our personal opinions out of it. Because it's not worth it. Getting into an argument, y'all about to fight in this luxury listing. What was going to happen if y'all started fighting, and then now what?
And the deal could have been lost completely just based on that. Like, they're lucky that the client who was the mediator, felt comfortable and willing to jump in, but like also that the other client, that they even just wanted to still do the deal, because like small things can, that's a big thing really, like how you're presenting and representing and handling conflict and situation, like that can turn a client or people off.
That is huge. Speaking of that, that's huge.
Yeah, like the whole deal could have just been scrapped because you acting a fool.
Like, never mind. We're not even going to do this. Honestly, the buyer and seller at that point could have did it themselves.
They could have did it themselves and fired both of the agents.
You got the mediator. He good.
Now he done did the work.
Right. He like, why do I need y'all? I could just do a for sale by owner.
Right.
He mediator could have went ahead, sold it, already got the buyer ready to go. So y'all realtors could have got fired and did not get y'all commission just because y'all wanted to squabble a little bit in this. high luxury. Listen, it doesn't say where this is, and even if it did, we wouldn't say it. But I'm still curious. I'm gonna find out where this is. I'm gonna find out where these people were, because I'm like,
Oh,
y'all are crazy.
yeah.
But y'all, negotiations in real life can get heated. Like,
Yeah.
that's like, that is. So we're not making fun of you guys. We're not making fun of the story. It's just hilarious that, y'all were doing this. But negotiations can get heated. We just try to hide it from our clients. Like, we don't want them. They're already stressed out enough.
Yes.
Sellers and buyers, they're stressed. The last thing they need is to see us arguing in front
Yeah.
of them. Yes, we have their back and they love to see it, but they don't want to see us like that's just going to stress them out.
Yeah,
even more.
I would. Yeah, I literally would never do that in front of a
Yeah,
client.
no.
And then there's still a way to negotiate and be, intense and clear and stern, whatever you need to be. There's still a way to do all of those things and be professional. And this
Agree.
just like, to me, went
Wait, left.
away from the professionalism. So
That went out the door. They didn't
Yeah,
care. They said,
yeah.
"Oh no, whoever." It was a win-win. Like, they was
Yeah.
fighting for life. So whoever won, they was like, "We are not backing down."
Yeah.
And again, there's nothing wrong with that. And y'all probably could have done that in the house as well. But did you have to bring the clients? Did they have to be there?
No.
I'm wondering why we do not bring our clients to. Maybe luxury properties work a little differently. We've only had 1 or 2 luxury properties, but again, we've never brought in, the buyer or seller. So maybe it works a little differently. Maybe, in different states, they allow the clients, to be there. I personally don't think that's the smartest idea, but, whatever works. And look, y'all got the job done. Most importantly, y'all
Yeah.
got the deal done.
they're lucky.
Yeah, everyone's happy. So, you know what? I can't even knock y'all.
Yeah.
Don't be arguing, y'all. Don't argue in
Yeah,
front of
keep
clients.
it profesh.
Yes. And keep it light. Okay?
And light.
Keep it light. Very much so. Yeah, discussing prices and all that. So, yeah, that's my tip. Keep it
Yeah,
light,
just
honestly.
yeah. And my tip is just to keep it professional. You can say what you need to say, and negotiate best on behalf of your client without, getting to this escalated point, especially in front of the clients. Don't do that.
Please don't. You hear me? Please don't. All right, yeah.
That's
All right.
that's pretty much it for this one.
Yeah.
Be professional. Don't
Straight to the point.
don't put your clients in the fire of the negotiations, and
they did put them right in the middle.
right in the middle of the
They
fire.
sure did.
So you don't want to give that experience to your clients. So
Yeah.
don't do that. Negotiate outside of them on their behalf and be profesh. And like Lauren said, keep it light.
Keep it light, okay? Keep it cute and light. And good job for winning, y'all. Great job for still getting your clients into the house and getting
Yeah.
them both what they want. So kudos to y'all.
That's a wrap for this episode.
Yes.
Thank you all again for joining us on this journey. Feel free to share. That helps us reach others and continue to share this content with you all. Like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure that you come back next week because we'll be back with another episode.
Yes, and y'all can find us everywhere,
Yes.
y'all. But Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, it don't matter. You can find us. And if you don't necessarily want to watch us, those are obviously all like visual platforms. If you want to listen to us, we're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music. We are all over. So check us out while you're on your way to work or getting dressed, and
Yeah.
let us know what you think. Leave us some comments. We just appreciate the feedback because it really does help us grow.
Yes, and if you have a story to share, feel free to share that with us as well. You can submit on our website or you can send us an email. All of our links and contact info are in our bios.
Yes. And we got something fun too, where if you don't also want to like write out your story, you can just do like an audio message.
Yep.
You can just tell us your story and we'll go ahead and we will put it on the podcast.
Yep.
So
So we'll
yeah,
get
put
to
it
hear
on our
from
show. Yes. So thank you guys for joining us for another
Yes.
week and have a great week.
Have a great week.